I look like a girl? So today we had a little bit of fun at the pool, relaxed, put in a little swimming, and now we are feeling in shape for playing for poker. Unfortunately, again, it's Saturday, almost 6 p.m. and it's gonna be hard to get into a game. I expect to wait at least 3 hours. I have my laptop, thanks Anda for your laptop. I have my laptop with me. I'm gonna do some work, so there's no problem. Keep you updated when I take a break. It's been 9 hours since I got into the casino, and now we are heading back home. Anda joined me for today's session. I waited 3.5 hours to get in, and after that she came to bring me the dinner, my dinner. Yeah, I run good here. So
He's a lucky guy.
I ate, and then she stayed with me, and we both had a nice winning session today.
Yes, we had.
Yeah, everything went smooth. Like, this is how a poker session it's supposed to go. The first 2-3 hours, nothing much happened. We didn't really have hands. We played a few hands, we missed the flops, we check folded, and then a few hands happened. The first hand I had pocket tens in the button. Cutoff opens to 300, I call, and the big blind calls as well. The flop comes Queen Jack 6 with 2 spades. I have the 10 of spade, and both players before me check, and I decide to check back, of course. Pocket tens on Queen Jack 6. The turn is queen, and the initial raiser bets after big blind checks, and having position here and the 10 of spades, I decide to call in order to bluff the river if a spade hits, and if not, to check back and hope to win. Big blind just folds, and the river comes an 8 of spade, so I can also represent 9-10 as a straight and a flush with my 10 of spades. And of course he checks. That's very nice, and I decide to follow my plan. Bet 2,000 into a pot of 2,200, and that was it. We take it down. Other hand, what we had, king queen, I open under the gun +2, and cutoff and big blind, both of them call. The flop comes, what was the flop? Ace 6 deuce rainbow, and I c-bet half pot. It's borderline between c-betting and checking. I c-bet half pot, and just the cutoff calls. The turn gives us a king, but I decide to check because when the cutoff calls with another player behind, he probably has some sort of an ace. There aren't many draws on an ace 6 deuce rainbow, so I don't think he's gonna call too much with a pair under aces unless it's a high pair like tens or jacks. So I think he's very ace heavy. His range has lots of aces. So that being said, I think I should check fold, even though we hit the king. So I check, he checks back. The river comes 3. Yeah, a 3. And again, even though he checked back the turn, I don't think he has bluffs if he bets river. I don't think he calls the flop with the bluff. So I leave it to show it down. I hope he checks back and we win. But he checks back and we lose. He had ace 4. We are playing a straddle pot, and there are 3 callers, and the small blind completes as well. And we make it 1500 from the big blind with ace king. And the second limper comes along, and we go heads up the flop, 3800. I have ace king. The flop is 10-6-3, and we have 2 clubs on the board. We have the ace of club, so it's a good hand to bet as a bluff, to plan with the plan to bluff again on the turn if a club comes, because we have the ace of clubs. And we bet half pot and win because he folds. So another hand that went down exactly as planned. Ace king under the gun +2, we make it 400, and the player to my left, he makes it 700. So basically a min raise, which is weird. I think he misclicked. He wanted to just call and thought the raise is bigger. I don't know, but it felt like a misclick. And the small blind, who was a very loose player, who would call very much pre-flop, he calls, and of course I have to 4-bet here. I make it 2500. The player to my left immediately calls, and the player in the blind, who just called 700, now goes all in for 10,500. Considering those dead money in the pot, the player to my left, he just called 2,500 instantly without thinking. I think I have his range beaten. Having those dead money in the pot, I think I have to get it in here. I have 13k behind, so I go in. We get 1 fold, and the other guy, of course, was already all in. He had no, we had queens. I said ace king. Yeah, we had queens. So he had ace king, and we hold and we win the flip. Okay, that was it. Those were the main hands for tonight. We're heading home now. Tomorrow is another day. Bye.
To live with passion.